Rochelle and welcome back to my channel. So I'm back with another tutorial for you guys. I really love this look. I don't know what I'm going to call this videos yet, but I love how the eyes turned out. And a lot of you guys who see me on Snap have been giving me a lot of compliments on the eyes. Thank you very much, guys. I'm really feeling the eyes today. But yeah, I'm super excited about this video because the palette that I used to create this look today is the Deck of Scarlet. And this is the Sonjdradeluxe collaboration. So basically what Deck of Scarlet is, they do collaborations with top YouTubers once a month, and this month is Sonjdradeluxe collaboration. And if you guys are not familiar with Sonjdradeluxe, are you living under a rock? Go check out her channel. She is freaking amazing, and she's my YouTube sister and my bestie, and I love her. So the look that I created today, I use her palette. So, you know, I had to create a look and slay for Sandra. So yeah, I'm going to tell you guys more about Deck of Scarlet. So you can pretty much use this palette to create the entire look. And I'm going to tell you guys how Deck of Scarlet also works because...
So if you sign up for Deck of Scarlet, pretty much everything. And you know, sometimes when you get a palette and you get all these shades, but you don't even know what to do with it, Deck of Scarlet gives you everything you need to create the edgiest look. So I love that about it. And you guys, it's only $29.95 and that comes with free shipping. Wow, that's amazing, right? So you get one deck of components. This one has 3 eyeshadows, 2 cheek colors, 2 lip colors, and 2 pencils. You can cancel it anytime or skip a palette if you're not feeling it. I love that it's cruelty free, paraben free, and it's also made in the USA. So each new palette is a collaboration with a top YouTuber, like I mentioned before. You get to play along with your favorite YouTubers to learn the best tips and tricks. So if you guys are interested in this palette, please check out the link in the description bar down below.
So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how I achieved this look.
I always start off with a bare face, and I'm having a little dance break because that's what usually gets me in the mood to do my makeup, listening to music. Hey Tanea, hey girl, bye. Okay. Okay, so to save a bit of time, I went ahead and did one eye off camera. It's actually not even completed, but we're gonna go ahead and get started on the other eye. So the first thing I do is fill in my brows, honey. So I fill them in with Benefit Precisely Brow Pencil. It is my absolute favorite. I love this pencil. I use the shade number 5, and I just follow the natural shape the natural shape of my brows. Now I'm gonna go in with a little concealer to highlight that brow bone. I love the look of highlighting my brow bone because I don't really use eyeshadow on my brow bone, so I just go ahead and use concealer. Now I'm going to use a base for the eyelid. So the base that I'm using, this is the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. This is just going to make our eyeshadows look so much more pigmented, and it's just going to give our eyeshadows something to stick to. Moving on, I'm going to take some translucent powder and I'm just going to apply this all over the eyelid. This will help the eyeshadow to blend easier. So I'm going to take a warm brown shade and I'm going to pop that into the crease. This eyeshadow is not in the palette, but I needed a transition color. So the first thing I do is apply that light brown shade into the crease, and I'm using the NYX Cosmetics number 17 brush. Absolutely love this brush. Now we're going to go into our Deck of Scarlet palette and we're going to grab this beautiful red eyeshadow. Absolutely love red tone eyeshadows, and I'm going to pop that into the crease as well and blend it back and forth, make it look nice and smoky. And I'm just applying a bit more on the other eye. This is also another favorite brush of mine. This is the Zoeva 224 Define Crease Brush. Now I'm going to take a synthetic brush. This is the MAC 195 brush. I'm going to go ahead and carve out my crease. And I'm using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot to do so. I'm just applying it onto the eyelid. And I'm going to go back into the Deck of Scarlet palette. And I'm going to grab this beautiful red tone. So it's more of a shimmer. And I'm going to pat that onto the eyelid. So I'm just going to go ahead and pat onto the eyelid. And now we're going to go ahead and blend. We want to get rid of any of the harsh edges. So moving on to liner. This is my favorite part. Why? Because I'm not going to wing out my liner today. This is actually a lot easier instead of winging out the liner. So if you ever struggle with wing liner, here is your answer. I'm using a gel liner, so mine was actually a little bit dry. I needed to get a new one, so I'm using an angle brush also to apply the liner on my top lash line. Now I'm going to go back into the Deck of Scarlet palette. I'm going to take the eyeshadow Black Rose. It's really black and pigmented, and I'm going to place this at the outer corner of the eye with a pencil brush, and I'm going to pull it into the red tone eyeshadow and blend that all in together. Now I want my eyeliner to look extra black, so I'm going to go in with my NYC Liquid liner, one of my favorite eyeliner ever, but I heard they're gonna be discontinuing it, so that makes me a little sad. But if you guys know any bomb liquid liners, please comment down below and let me know so I can go and get them. So as you can see, I'm taking off my false lashes because I realized that one eye was looking a bit more intense and a little bit more smoky, so I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, work on the other eye. And I put my lashes back on, you guys, and I apologize because I did not do my lashes on camera. I think I lost the clip for that, and I'm really sorry about that. I usually put them on camera, but I lost the clip. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use my makeup wipes and wipe off. Hi Tanea, hi, how are you? How dare you interrupt your mama's video? What is she doing? She's showing you guys how to put on lip gloss. Okay Tanea, now you're teaching them how to dance? All right, get out of my chair. Okay. All right, bye. Back to me now. So we're gonna go ahead and apply some primer. I'm using the YSL Primer. First time using this, thought it was a little bit bougie because, you know, it's YSL and I've never used any YSL products, but I do like this primer. So I'm gonna go in with some orange concealer to do some color correcting because I need to. Maybe you guys can't really tell on camera with the lighting, but I do have a little tiny bit of discoloration under the eyes. I don't really call it dark circle anymore because it's not that dark. But do you guys see my pimple? Yeah. So I'm just going to apply a bit of that orange concealer there as well. And I'm going to blend this all in. I love to color correct before I apply my foundation because if I don't, I feel like I will see my dark circles peeping through my foundation. So now I'm going to go in with my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. This is in the shade NC45. I used to use NC45, but what I realized is that NC45 is looking super orange. I don't know if you guys use MAC Studio Fix, but I feel like the NC45 has gotten super orange, so I cannot use it anymore. Now I'm going to go in with some concealer. I'm using the ABH concealer, and it's in the shade 3.75. I'm using this to highlight. Sorry if I'm going a little fast, but you guys, I do have a foundation routine on my channel. You can check it out. I'll link it down below. So once I blend in my concealer to highlight, I'm going to go ahead and set with some powder, lock everything in place. I forgot to mention that I am using a damp beauty blender sponge. So have your sponge not soaking wet, but a little damp. So a damp beauty blender, and that's what I use to apply my foundation, my concealer, my powder. The beauty blender sponge is life. It does everything. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my Nye Banana powder, do a little tiny bit of baking. So I apply it under my eyes, by the side of my nose to snatch my nose. I don't keep it on for long at all, guys. Maybe like 2 minutes. Okay, so now I'm going to apply a bronzer to my cheekbones, to the hollows of my cheek and along my forehead area. Blend that all in. Gonna go ahead and snatch them cheekbones, do some contouring. So we're gonna dust away all that excess powder under the eyes because, honey, you know we don't need this anymore, so we gotta dust it away. So now I'm gonna take my MAC Fix Plus spray and I'm gonna drench my face in this, so that way I'm not gonna look powdery and dusty. My skin's gonna look nice and refreshed and glowy. Time for that glow life. You guys know I love to glow. So from the Deck of Scarlet palette, I'm using the highlighter in the palette, and yes, honey, I'm getting my life. And that's the cutest name for a highlighter. Shimmy shimmy yeah. I love it. So I'm just gonna put it at the highest point of my cheekbones and run it down my nose. I'm not gonna do that little light bulb nose because I don't like that look, so I'm just gonna run it down my nose. Now we're gonna go ahead and apply some blush to the cheekbones. I use the dual fiber brush. I went a little heavy handed there with the blush, but it looked cute. But I'm gonna blend it out a little bit more. Now that the face is completed, we're going to move on to the eyes. So I'm going to complete the eye now. So I'm going to take the light brown eyeshadow, the first eyeshadow that I use, and run it along my bottom lash line. Go into the eyeshadow palette, the Deck of Scarlet, and grab the eyeshadow A and Black Rose. Mix them together, and I'm going to push that right along the bottom lash line. I'm using a definer brush. I think that's what it's called. It's by MAC. Not sure of the number, but I'll put it in the description bar down below. Then I'm going to go ahead and apply a bit of mascara to my falsies. So guys, as I mentioned before, I lost the clip where I apply my lashes, but I'm going to apply a bit of mascara to blend them in together. And then I'm going to go back into the palette, grab more of the black eyeshadow, and place it along the bottom lash line. Now I'm going to do this technique. I really like it. So I'm using a liquid liner, and I'm just creating little tiny dots under my lash line. This will help my lashes to look a lot longer and fuller. I picked up this trick by watching Makeup Shayla's channel, and I've been doing it like since I seen her doing this trick. I really like the trick. So now I'm going to go back into the Deck of Scarlet palette, grab that highlighter that we placed on the cheek, and I'm going to place it at the inner corner of the eyes to brighten it up. Moving on to the brows, I'm going to complete my brows using my Benefit pencil. This is how I always do my brows. I always complete them at the very end because I hate doing my brows first, like completely doing it first, because I find that when I apply my foundation, I just end up rubbing off the top of my brows. So this is how I fill in my brows. Let's move on to the lips. So I'm going to take the lip pencil from the palette in the name Heartless, and I'm just going to apply it on my lips. Line them lips, girl. And for my lip color, I'm going to use the nude shade from the palette, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it all over the lips. I'm using a lip brush to apply it. I think this is a NYX lip brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean up the sides. And this is pretty much the completed look. I absolutely love how this look turned out. I hope you guys loved it as well. For the Deck of Scarlet palette, I'll put a link for the palette if you want to check it out in the description bar down below. And I will see you guys in another video very, very soon. I love you guys. Bye.